So this is my Amy Pond makeup tutorial. It's kind of a two-part thing, because first we're going to do her Series 5 makeup, and then we're just going to embellish it a little bit with the eyes and the lips, and you get her Series 6 look, especially in the Wedding of River song, the Series 6 finale. Okay, so first things first, I have a haircut now. Cool. So before I started recording, I put a little bit of makeup on, as I did last time. Just some Revlon ColorStay foundation, and this is 110 Ivory, if anyone wants to know the exact shade, as well as some Smashbox high definition concealer in Fair, and some of this translucent powder, Palladio, I think is the brand, just rice powder, translucent. So I'm also wearing some Deborah Lippmann nail polish in Constant Craving, if anyone's curious about that as well. So we're going to start again with the eyes, and I use a primer. So Urban Decay Primer Potion. My bottle is all worn off, as you know, but it's supposed to be like a silvery, sort of purplish genie bottle thing, if you were to look for it in stores. So just take your primer, and you're going to spread it just on your lids. And all that's going to do is just sort of make your eye makeup last and intensify it a little bit, but we're not going to use any crazy shadows or anything like that, just because Amy tends to have her makeup very natural, kind of matte, sort of light. So I'm going to take sort of a pale whitish color. This is Bobbi Brown eyeshadow in Ivory. And it's a little bit like an off-white, sort of eggshell color. And just gonna take your makeup brush, or eyeshadow brush, and spread it all over your lid. And I'm using an ivory sort of color just because it's similar to my own skin tone, a little bit lighter maybe, so if you have pale skin, I'd recommend an ivory kind of color, but for darker skin, just sort of take, I guess, an eyeshadow shade that's similar to your own skin tone, but a little bit lighter. Just sort of put it all over your lid. Next, you're going to take a black liner, and this is just Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in 0. And you're just going to take it and line the bottom of your line very close to the lash line, kind of on the bottom, and very close to the lash line on the top. Kind of do, it's called like tight lining. It's almost when you try to do the eyeliner sort of in between the lashes, kind of like as close as you can to the lash line without making a big stripe over it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a little hard to do on camera, so I'm going to do it off camera, but show you best I can what it looks like after I'm done. So, 1 second. Okay, so as you can see, it almost looks like, from far away anyway, that my eyes are barely lined. It's supposed to be very natural, especially on the top. It's just sort of enhanced a little bit, but it's not blatantly lined. So now I'm going to use same pencil I used in my Karen Gillan tutorial, just because, especially even more so with Amy Pond, I feel like her eyes are very wide to begin with, but she's always kind of widening them in awe and wonder and surprise kind of thing. So I like to use this pencil called Eye Bright by Benefit, and it's a very sort of shell pink, very, very pale pink sort of color, and I like to use it to line the waterline, which is the area in between the lashes and the eye itself, that sort of like strip over there. And it just sort of brightens your eyes and makes them a bit wider and more awake, more alive. So again, I'm going to do this off camera. Last step in the eyes is just some mascara, and I'm using, again, the packaging is all worn off all the labels because I've had this for a little bit of a while. But this is Buxom Lash by Escentuals through their Buxom line. available at Sephora and probably Bare Essentials website or something. And it's just a basic mascara, really kind of cool brush. And I like it because it gives you a lot of volume, but it still looks natural because there's not any fibers in it or anything like that. So next thing we're going to focus on, do the cheeks next. And this is Tarte Cheek Stain in Tipsy, and it's sort of a coralish pinkish color. And you're just going to take your finger and kind of like swirl a bit on top. It's very light. It smells kind of lemony also, kind of nice. And find the apples of your cheeks and just dab a little bit of this stuff right on here and rub it in. So this just gives you a very natural kind of flush. As you can see, it's almost barely noticeable. You can notice it more in person, like I'm looking up at my actual mirror that's behind us, and you can see it a lot more in person, but on camera it's a bit pale, but that's okay, because again, it's supposed to be very natural, very subtle sort of thing. Just using like a plain powder brush. This is just Sephora brand Rose Petal blush, and it's sort of, again, like a pinky, peachish color. It has like barely any shimmer, like maybe that much shimmer. And just take a blush brush and gently sort of dab it on. This is Benefit Cha Cha Tint, and it's sort of a mango kind of colored lip and cheek stain. Almost looks like a nail polish brush, sort of like a cream. For lips, we're actually going to use this on lips because you can use it on lips and cheeks. And I like this one because, yeah, even though it might look a little scary in the bottle and sort of like orange, I find it reacts, at least with my lip color anyway, it reacts with it nicely and creates a sort of pinkish coral peach kind of color. It's not scary orange or anything like that because it kind of blends with the natural pink in your lip. Once you put on the lip stain, just put a little bit of lip balm on top of it, just to sort of give it a slightly glossy look and kind of seal it in a little bit. Maybe even rub it a bit more, just make it look even more natural. Okay, so this is the completed look, or at least the completed Series 5 look. Again, just for effect purposes, I'm going to get my really cool red wig and my sonic screwdriver, and then I'm going to show you what you can do with this look to sort of enhance it a bit more and make it more like Series 6 Amy. One sec. So this is the completed look, wig and sonic and all. So now I'm going to show you how to make this more of her Series 6 look, which is very similar but different at the same time. I find that her makeup is just a little bit more intense, just her lip color, just the lining of her eyes. Everything is just sort of the same, but a little bit more in certain episodes anyway. I noticed especially during the Wedding River Song, the Series 6 finale, when she had her cool silent outfit going on with the eye drive, and just, the only thing I was paying attention to was her makeup, because I thought it looked phenomenal, so. Okay, so after you take off your chapstick, I'm just going to take, this is NARS, what is it? Viridiana, I believe, might not be pronouncing that correctly, matte lipstick, or almost matte lipstick. And it's this sort of, they describe it as a burgundy. It's not. It's more of a dark rose, very dark rose kind of color, kind of like a wine sort of rose. And you're just going to take that and apply it all over your lips, like you would with lipstick. Okay, so I just cleaned it up a little bit off camera, just because it's easier than doing it in front of my webcam. Black eyeliner again, and you're just going to sort of, like we tried so hard last time to make the liner barely noticeable or anything like that, you're just going to kind of go in there and intensify it just a little bit more on the bottom lashes. Not like Rose Tyler levels of eye makeup, which is fabulous in itself, but it's not the Amy Pond look. But if I can acquire a blonde wig, then maybe I'll do some Rose tutorials, or I can just do it anyway with my brown hair. You can all pretend. Or I can do some Photoshop magic. That would be fun. Just like that. So not a huge change, but it's just sort of a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more defined. One last thing, actually, that I kind of overlooked, because I was looking more, again, specifically at her makeup in the Wedding of River song, and she does have more, like, shadow kind of stuff going on. So, I'm just going to take, if I can find it somewhere. There we go. Just going to take, sort of a, if you have, like, a gray color, that works too. I'm using the same color that I used for my Karen Gillan tutorial just because it's out and it's a good color. This is Bobbi Brown Slate, and it's sort of a taupe kind of color. You're just going to take it and going to do it here and up into the crease with a shadow brush. This is a slightly smaller shadow brush I'm using. It's a little bit loose. It's scary. Okay. So just find your crease and shadow it, and see how it gives you more definition in the eye. It's like slightly smoky without looking overdone. You're going to want to do that on the other side too. And now you are ready to explore galaxies with the Doctor in Series 6. I hope you enjoyed, and if you found this tutorial interesting or helpful or anything at all, please go ahead and spread the link on, share it with everybody else. Don't forget to follow doctorwhoproblems.tumblr.com or subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any ideas for any more Doctor Who themed or any type of videos, let me know, because I'd be more than happy to do them, because this is fun. Bye!